y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Chizu, and today, as you can already tell by the title of this video, I'm just here to help you. If you're thinking about moving to Israel or you're thinking about coming to visit Israel, it's definitely for you. So today I decided to bring you guys this video because listening in the past some videos talking about people coming to study in Israel, and I've gotten lots of questions about wanting to come visit Israel, and also I've had friends that have come to visit Israel and they've been these misconceptions about Israel, and I'm here to help you. If you're planning to move or you're planning to visit Israel, just what is going to help you when you're planning and when you're like getting ready to visit Israel. So before I hop into this video, if this is your first time stopping by, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking my video to watch. I would appreciate it if you can like this video and also give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. So I've gotten lots of questions, and I've seen people, like I said before, that have moved to Israel and they were really shocked, and there's a lot of things they didn't expect when they moved here, and that's why I've decided to make this video. And I feel like this video is really going to be very important to someone that is planning on visiting Israel or moving in general. The first thing I'm going to talk about is parking. Okay, this is one of the important things. Okay, people are planning to come visit Israel or they are planning to move to Israel, they really think that because it's a holy land, everyone here is really covered up and everyone is really dressing like saints, you know. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't know if I should say I'm disappointing you, but that's really not the way it is here. Okay, so when you're planning to come to Israel, pack comfortable clothes. In the summer it's hot in Israel, it's like very dry, it gets really dry. For me personally, I do find it really dry, and the sun is sunning. So when you're planning to come here, just put comfortable clothes, because listen, people are not as holy as you think. Like, people don't dress as holy as you think that they do here. But then there are other exceptions. There's religious and Jewish people that really stay covered up. Yeah, apart from those religious people, the other people, they really do wear like what you see in other countries. I feel like even here in Israel, people reveal a lot more than they do reveal in other places. They do wear shorts, they'll show everything. So girl or guy, dress, pack comfortable clothes, pack whatever you want to wear, like pack whatever. It does not really matter what you wear. Then I'm also gonna put it out there, there are some places that you would go to that is really made up of mostly religious people. So when you're going to visit those places, I would advise you not wearing those outfits that you would consider to be provocative, or just outfit that is just showing your body a lot. But then apart from that, where I stay in Tel Aviv, which is, as you guys already know, the most expensive country in the world. This, like, people like live a very free life, and people dress however they want to dress, and you still get to meet all those people that are really religious, that dress the way that they want to dress. So yeah, so when you're packing your clothes, girl, guy, pack whatever you want, because it does not really matter. And if you are someone that is coming from Nigeria, in Nigeria it's not really that cold, but in Israel it's cold. Okay, but then it's not as cold as London, it's not as cold as Canada at all. Israel is just okay. It's cold, but then it's not that cold. It's not that cold that, oh my god, I mean, you can freeze sometimes, but then it does not really snow. The place I'm at, it doesn't snow there. It rains. It can really get cold, so I would advise you putting some, like, if you're coming in the winter to just visit, I would advise you putting some clothes that's gonna keep you warm. And if you are moving here, just put both winter and summer clothes. We have African shops here. There are Nigerian people that sell their stuffs here, but then it's quite expensive. So if you're moving, like if you're coming to visit, I feel like it's not that bad. But then if you are deciding to move here, or you want to come study here, you should definitely pack some foodstuffs. But there's a high chance that it might get seized in the airport, because Israel don't really like it when people bring in stuffs. You need permission to bring foodstuffs here. Sometimes when you get to the airport here, they seize just foodstuffs just because I don't know why they do that, but then they do. I feel like if you're coming as a student, they would not mind, and if you're coming to visit, I wouldn't recommend that. But then if you do, just pack, like, don't pack a lot so that you wouldn't like waste money if it gets thrown away. And if you are moving here, just don't pack a lot too, but then pack few, I know, so that you wouldn't feel so much pain when, you know, they throw your food away. So that's, but then you should also know that we have African shops here. I feel like it's quite affordable, but then some people will really think it is expensive. So it just depends on who is buying the thing. So security is really tight, okay? So there's a high chance that when you get to the airport, they're really going to search you very well. I mean, they're going to take time to search you. They're going to take time to check everything, because listen, Israel is surrounded. I wanted to say we are surrounded, but Israel is a state that is surrounded by their enemies, so they tend to be very careful, and you really cannot blame them. But Israel is very tight in security, so don't be alarmed in case you get to the airport and they keep you there for like an hour because they're trying to confirm one thing or the other. It's just their way of just staying safe. And even when you get into the city, there is always securities everywhere. Tend to go around making sure that everyone is okay and making sure that things are okay. So don't be alarmed, okay? I know that in Nigeria we can see some securities like policemen on the road. Here they don't really take money. Don't even try. We tend to give money to try to bribe our way out, but Israel is not the place because it doesn't work. And then apart from those police people that are going to be seen everywhere, there are also soldiers, okay? You get to see soldiers a lot. After high school, you are going to the army. The army, basically you're serving the country, and everyone have different things that are doing in the army. So you might feel like, oh my god, why is there many people with these uniforms? These are just the law, and that's the best way to keep the country safe. The applications that I'm recommending that you download that is going to help you navigate moving around here. The first one is Move It. Move It is basically an application, and it has the English version and the Hebrew version. But then most of the applications we use here have just the Hebrew version, okay? But I would recommend you downloading Move It. If this Move It is like an application that will show you what bus is supposed to take you to the place that you want to go to, and how many minutes the bus is coming, and how long it's going to take for you to get to the place. So download Move It. Is really going to be very important for you. Get that application, girl. Since the application came out, is the best. It is really going to help you move and navigate your places here. And another application that is like Move It is Google Maps. We have bus. It kind of also does the same thing that Move It does, but me personally, I just prefer Move It because it just very simple, and it's just very simple. That is why I love it. So the next application I'm going to recommend to you is Get. It's a taxi application. You just like, if you want to use taxi, just use Get. When you're using Get, it reads by meter. So when you like choose where you want to go to, you're not going to know the price at that time. Taxi drivers that just take their time just because they want the meter to read more because they want more money. But if you don't want Get, there's Yango. Yango is also an application for getting taxi, but Yango have an option for a fixed price, like you just get to see the price the price of the ride, and you can also choose the option of reading. Why Get is much more better than Yango is because Get, you can easily get taxi using Get, but Yango is cheaper and you can just see the price of where you want to go to. And but you see, these applications have its pros and cons. So yeah, for the most part I like to use Get, even though some of the taxi drivers can tend to at a certain way, like they can tend to drive slowly just because they want it to read more. But if there's one thing that Israel have taught me, you have to speak up. In Israel, we don't use Uber. There's nothing like Uber here. We just have to get taxi. But then I've heard someone that came to Israel from the state that used Uber, but then she said that it took forever. So I would just recommend these 3 applications. If you're coming to Israel, you should, just like I mentioned, Tel Aviv is really expensive. So I would recommend, if you're just moving here, you shouldn't stay in Tel Aviv. Okay, it's nice to stay in Tel Aviv because you get to meet lots of foreigners who are really planning to move here. I would not recommend Tel Aviv, and I would not recommend Jerusalem because Jerusalem is very far. I would recommend the neighboring cities that is close to Tel Aviv. I like Tel Aviv, maybe because I've been living here since I came. I tried to have apartments in the neighboring cities, but I don't really like it. I just like Tel Aviv. But I will just let you know that Tel Aviv is expensive. Most of the things are expensive. Taxi expensive, apartments expensive, everything is expensive in Tel Aviv. So budgeting, if you're planning to stay here, you should budget very well. So yeah. In the Bible they said you should keep the Shabbat. Israel is a country that really keeps the Shabbat. On Shabbat is not Sunday like every other country. Shabbat is on Saturday. Yes, that is what it's supposed to be. Saturday is the Shabbat, and on Shabbat there are no buses. Okay, but then we have these mini buses, and here we call it Sherut. Okay, Sherut, you cannot find it it's not everywhere, but then the area that I'm living at, there is Sherut there. But you should just know that Shabbat you might have to use taxi a lot, or you can try to see, you can try to find a place that have, you should, if you are planning to move here and you feel like you don't want to spend lots of money on taxi, you should probably check places that is very close. If you're moving to Tel Aviv, you should check places that have Sherut close by. And yeah, so you should just know that Shabbat on Saturday everywhere is closed. Most of the shops are closed and very quiet because they keep Shabbat, and Shabbat is it's considered holy here. But obviously, it doesn't mean that you cannot go to anywhere you want to go. So you can go to anywhere, but then there are just no buses. But then when the Shabbat ends, buses starts to run. Friday evening, Shabbat starts, and then on Saturday evening, Shabbat ends. So during those times that the Shabbat is on, there are no buses. But you can get those mini buses that I told you. These are Sherut. These Sherut, you cannot pay with your card. You can only pay with money. And I feel like something else that you should know is that when you're coming here, we have a new law right now that when you get into the buses, okay, you cannot pay with cash. Okay, so I would also recommend you, the first thing you should get if you don't want to use taxis all the time is RAFCAF. RAFCAF is a bus card, and when you get it, you should also download an application called RAFCAF, because in this application you can be able to load your cards so that you can, because like I said before, you cannot pay cash in the bus. You need the bus card to get you. You need this bus card because you cannot pay cash. So download this application and it's going to help you, unless you're willing to take taxi all the time. Then if you have the money for it, go for it. But on Saturdays, which is on Shabbat, the mini Sherut can take bus card on the weekdays, but then on Shabbat it doesn't take bus card because there are no buses, so they can only take cash. And the mini routes also take cash on the weekdays, on the weekends. These mini routes are those ones that they take cash. But then if you're talking about those autobus is what we call it here, those big buses, like you can pay, you just need your rough cab. So that's basically the things that I feel like you should know. And if you guys want to,
1 time out of 10, 2 times won't you be mine? We just can't pretend.